Hey everyone, welcome to the video. And today we have Bonnie with us. Discussions is around freelancing as a technical writer, how we can make money as a freelancer and as a freelance tech writer, and where you can find your first gig, how you can set up your freelancing gig, freelancing profile as a technical writer, and a lot of things. So we have Bonnie with us. I connect with the Bonnie on Twitter more than a year right now, and he have really good experience in technical writing, and he also doing the freelancing services to the companies who have tools or documentation guides. So he also provide the services to them. So the lot of fun that we are going to do with this session, and it would be great, Bonnie, if you just start with a little bit introduction about yourself.
Yeah, so okay, I'm happy to be here and thank you for having me here to talk about tech writing, about everything I do. So before I got into tech writing, I was into web development, and then
Okay,
after, so I was trying to freelance as a web developer, and then someone reached out to me and they told me that they will, if I would be interested in creating an article for their blog, and so that how I got into tech writing.
okay, and that's great. Uh, like tell us about your journey, like how you started with the tech and when you figured out that technical writing is something that you want to do, and where you find your first gig as a tech writer.
So for tech writing, it is not something that I choose to do. So as I've said, like I was trying to freelance as a web developer, that is trying to create website for people, and then they can pay me back freelancing. So what I did was that I started creating content on Twitter after trying to reach out to different clients, and it was not working out as I wanted. So that when I joined Twitter, I started creating content on the project that I was building about web development, about building website and all that. So my goal was to, as my account grows, maybe potential client can notice me and can see my services, and then they can be able to hire me to create this website for them. So, but after being active on Twitter for like 3 months, so then that's when I got a DM from someone, and they said that they liked my content on Twitter, and they asked me if I was interested to write a blog for their, like an article for their blog. So they said they pay between $200 to $300 per article. So the funny thing was that I didn't have much experience on tech writing because I did not work on any client work or client articles. So that it was like it kind of like tech writing chose me instead of me choosing tech
Yeah.
writing. Yeah. So then I started working on the first article. So the first article was about on how to visualize Stripe payment data, like if you have a company or a business and you want to visualize the data from Stripe on how the business is performing. So that was my work, to create an article where I can be able to visualize that data, create graphs, create chart and all that. So that was like my first article. So I didn't have any experience with tech writing or writing in articles, but the company that reached out to me, they helped me to work on my first article to show me how everything should be done. And so I was supposed to be paid like $200 for the first article, but since it took a lot of work to work and finish the article, I was paid like $300, and it was like the first money I made online. And so that's how my journey in tech writing started.
Okay, that's great to like you get a high paying job, high paying client from the beginning. That's like $300 you will get
Yeah.
to pay for the writing a piece of document, and like that people find difficult to do that. So the very first thing, uh, like how if I wrote some piece of content on particular platform, just like Medium and Hashtag, and I want to start freelance freelancing as a technical writer. So where I can find clients and how I can reach out to them through LinkedIn. Upwork, freelance? What do you prefer to when it comes to uh, finding clients?
So basically, so not everyone can be lucky like me, where they get approached by a client and they give them work directly without some experience. So if I was to get started right now, first, of course, you need to have kind of coding skills or to know how to code. So first, you need those are the skills that you need. After that, you build coding project. Let's say, for example, it's a calculator in JavaScript, and then after that, create a tutorial or a guide on how you build. So, for example, like write a tutorial or a guide on how someone can be able to follow the same steps that you follow to create the calculator in JavaScript. So then that will be your first article. So publish the article maybe on blogging platforms like Ashnode, Dev to Medium. So after that, create more coding projects, then write articles on them, continue publishing on these platforms. So what you are doing is what you are doing when you publish these articles is that you are building a portfolio. So for example, one way you can be able to land client is that as you publish your articles on these blogging platforms, there are recruiters or companies that are like they go through these platforms looking for maybe best articles or good articles, and they may come across your article and they can offer you a job. Because for example, there was a time a recruiter reached out to me after seeing my article on DevTube, and they asked if would be interested to work with them. So I went through some interviews. So they wanted to give me like a full time job on tech writing. So I didn't have much experience, so it didn't work out. So that's one way. So I've also have like friends in tech writing who have landed jobs by just publishing articles on these blogging platforms. So that one way you can land on opportunities. Another way after creating a portfolio is by creating content on platforms like X, formerly Twitter. So like how I was discovered by one company that offered me my first gig. That was $300. So as you continue posting your content, as you continue making connections, and as your account grows and your content start getting engagement, of course, someone who may need a tech writer, they may come across you and reach out to you. The other option is there's something called community writer programs. So basically, these are companies that have like write for us programs where you can apply to these programs, and now after maybe you can propose your topic, or they can give you a topic that you can write about. So the good thing about these platforms, one thing about these platforms is that they want first to see some work that you've done before. So that's why it is important to have these articles published on these blogging platforms, so that when they want to see the work that you have done before, you can share the links to this work, and then they can see if you are good in what to do, and then you can end up working with them. Another option is cold emails. You can just research for company. Let's say, for example, you're a JavaScript developer. You have written articles on JavaScript. You can just look for companies that are interested in JavaScript content. Or let's say, for example, so for me, I write articles on SQL, on SQL. So now you can search for database companies that or data related companies. Then you can reach out to them and show them, maybe say, I do this and this. These are some of the work that I've done. If you're interested in my services, so that's another way that you can be able to learn these technical writing opportunities.
So, uh, thanks for the brief uh, introduction. Just simplify the 4 points. So if you just want to start with technical writing, so previously have a proof of work. So you have to publish some your own that your own article, maybe on a Hashnote, maybe on Medium, and you have to share your work on publicly, maybe X, Twitter, LinkedIn, and if possible, some of the recruiters that reach out to you by seeing your work, and if you don't, so you have to reach out to the different platforms, and at the initially, what are the money someone can expect who are just starting with freelancing as a tech writer? So, what are the money expectation that they have at the beginning?
So in terms of money, so it depends on. So okay, for some companies, they have like a fixed price on how much they pay. Like most, like the lowest you can make for most companies is it is $200. Others it could be two fifty
Okay.
dollars, $100, $400 to $500. So like companies, also some companies have like $900. So like those are like fixed prices that they pay. Like they'll tell you this is how much you pay per article, and so once you can start working with them, that's how much they can pay. So other companies, they will give you an option to choose on how you want to be paid. So for example, they can ask you to choose between a fixed price or pay per word. So getting paid per word is where like if, let's say for example, you say you want to be paid like $0.20, $0.2 dollars per word. That means if you write 1,000 word article, that would be $200. Yeah, $200. So if it's a 2,000 article, it will be like maybe $400. So it depends with the number of words that you write. And so also you can choose a fixed price. So I think one of the biggest issues that maybe new writers who want to get into tech writing is they don't know how to like price their services. And you may find out that like for example, like okay, there's someone who approached me. Like I think I got someone who approached me before I got my first technical writing opportunity. So where they wanted an article and they asked me how much I charge, and I said $30. So like $30 is so little for an article, but for
Yeah,
yeah. So they were good with like they didn't try to like to use me because I don't know how to price myself, but they decided to pay me $100. So imagine a client asking you how much you charge for an article, and then you say $30, and they say we will pay you $100. That means you have underpriced yourself, and so that's one of the issues that most tech writers face. And so now, if you are lucky, or like, but once you get started, most companies will have their own fixed prices that they can charge. But if they ask you to how much you want to be paid, the lowest you can get paid, it's between, you can choose between $100 to $200, $300, or $1,000, depending on how much work is required.
that's quite interesting. And as a measure that it's very client to client, as you mentioned, and the it's it's become the proof of work that you have, the past experience. It will be according to that, and some companies or some platforms have the paid already fixed value. That particular amount you will get after writing a piece of document. So these are the some bold point that I want to highlight. And another other thing, as a technical writer, uh, how you charge your client? Like there are what are the different plans you have for your services? For per article, how much you charge, and if someone want to work with you for a month, in month you have to publish 5 articles in a particular month. So how you charge them according to that? And if someone want to work with you for long time, for 6 months, so how you charge them? Like what are the different plans you you created? Like share with us about that.
So okay, the different plans. So like for example, right now I have like a 1 year contract with a data company. So like it's a 1 year contract. So for 1 year I'll be providing content for them. So it doesn't matter how many articles. Like it depends. Like like there's no like this number of articles that you should produce per month. So it depends on how much work I can do, on how many articles I can work on. So basically, what I go for is long term working relations where like you like 1 year contract, and yeah. So, but there's something that you are trying to do with the new agency where like you are like productizing my services, where you have, so like there's tech writing services, let's say there's SEO services, then there's promotional services. So like, yeah, that's how you can price different. So let's say, for example, let's say I'm charging technical writing services $300. So maybe I can charge for SEO research, or keyword research, like let's say $100. Then maybe if they want the articles promoted, like through maybe through my Twitter account, or through my blogging platforms account, like Dev2, Ashnode, or Medium, then maybe I can charge them $100. So like that's what I'm trying to work towards, to like that the process that I'm like, that's what I'm trying to build towards to. But for now, mostly my services is tech writing. So that means as I work towards growing my audience and growing my following on these blogging platforms, now I can be able to start charging clients this service. And yeah, if let's say, for example, an article is $300, just to write is $300, and you can charge I can charge for SEO or keyword research another $100, and for promoting an article another $100. That means it's $500 per article, and if we can be able to deliver, let's say, 4 articles per month, that's like $2,000 a month. Yeah. So, but about tech writing in the long, the good thing, like what you should focus, as long as you're good in tech writing, most companies will work with in the long term, because most of the companies that I'm working right now, we have worked with them for even more than a year. So it depends on the work, the quality of work that you produce, and how good you in what you're doing. Yeah. So basically, like, that's how I approach about charging and the work that I can deliver for my clients.
Got it. Like, if you're writing for a single article, that varies from the uh, what the expectation of the client, requirement of the client. First, one article or the four article in a month. Some client want to work for a year, so it varies one client to another client, project to project, that we can say. And another thing that you build a agency, content marketer, right, as a freelance. So, what are the process of creating agency and uh, registration or licensing, something that can you tell us about that? How someone can set up a technical writing agency as a freelance services, and how they can register their services, legal licenses, something like
So okay, like for the tech that so I'm a co-founder, so I've co-founded it with another person. So I think our agency is just 1 month old. So we haven't got into those much processes of the registration process and all that. So what we are trying to do is to focus on the most important part, which is to get clients. So we have been trying to different methods to like get our clients. So first, once we land our client, like maybe let's say the first client, so we are trying to use that money to now do a registration. So like, there's this platform. It's called I don't remember the name of the platform, that it allows you to register your company. Let's say, for example, in the US, in the UK, Canada. So like that's our plan. So we are trying to make sure that this agency, the startup cost is almost zero. But of course, but the first thing we did was to create a website for the agency. So where we can show the services that we offer. Also, we can showcase our work, and also we have like a form where like a form that potential client can fill, and they can be able to reach out. So like that's the first process. Like, have a website where you can direct traffic, maybe from your site or from anywhere. And if someone, they see your work is good, the work that you've done, as an agency, then they can be able to reach out to you. So that's the first process. Now the second process is like landing client. So like that's the strategy of the process that you're trying to follow. Now, once you'll be able to land our first client or the first client, now we'll be able to register the agency on the using it's called privately. So if no matter which country you come from, you can be able to they can register a company in the US, UK. So of course, if you register a company in such countries, it is more trustworthy and people can see like it's a legit business. Yeah, so that's the process they're trying to do, so that once we land our first client and we're able to register the business, now we can start maybe getting into contract, maybe 6 months contract, 1 year contract. Yeah, so like that's the process that we're following.
Yeah, that's how the things happen. And for the people, I'm just simplify. Try to focus to create a website and the platform for your agency. Don't go in a depth of the registration and licensing. Just try to figure out the how you can get client, and then you can figure out the other things. Mm, that's new to me as well. So that's the thing. And apart from that, uh, I want to know about the Twitter growth. You have I check out the Twitter account and you continuously uh, tweeting about the technical writing and all those stuff. So what are the key uh, tips that you can give to us to grow the Twitter account or the Twitter content? How we can share on the platform? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so for Twitter, it's okay. The like one, I think one of the biggest challenges that people face when trying to grow an audience on Twitter is content. Like they don't know what content they should share. So what I try to follow, like I say, like do interesting stuff in real life. Let's say, for example, today I'm working on a project. Okay, let's say, for example, we are having this interview right now. So
Yeah, yeah,
maybe now I can tweet that I did an interview with you today. Like that's that content. So it's like I'm documenting my journey. Now, let's say, for example, you're working maybe on a coding project, you can now start sharing. You can share about the project that you are building. Let's say, for example, you implemented a login functionality. You can share about that. So you can that becomes part of your content. Also, that can turn out to be an article where you create a tech article on how to maybe create login functionality or sign up functionality for a React web application. So like that's the easiest way to start creating content for Twitter. Now, once, but if your account has 0 followers, just creating content is not enough because you're just speaking to the void. You have no followers, no one is seeing your content. So what the next thing you should do is to engage, comment, like replies. So what I can do, like for example, when I was getting started was to we have topics. So you have different Twitter topics. So for example, there's programming, maybe computer programming. So follow topics that are related to what you do. Maybe so if you're a developer, you'll follow programming, web development, and all that. So once you follow these topics, you start seeing suggestion tweets on your timeline. Now, of course, most of these tweets now you find that there are big accounts on in tech that are posting have a lot of engagement. Now start engaging with those accounts. But so when it comes to engaging or replying, don't just reply something that very nice, you look good. If you want to grow your account through commenting or replying? So let's say a tweet is talking about, let's say, JavaScript, on how to learn JavaScript, or some tips on JavaScript or something. So what you should do is add more information in the comments, so that when followers or anyone who comes across the tweet of this big account, when they go to the comments or replies and they find out that reply, add some more information to the main tweet. Of course, they'll check out your profile. And once they check out your profile and you've already been posting content or documenting your journey on things you're building or things you're learning, and they find that your content is helpful, that all now they can follow you. Now, if you do that, let's say for example, so it's recommended like you at least engage with 10 to 20 accounts per day. And if you do that for like every day, so you are engaging with these accounts, 10 to 20 accounts every day, and you are posting like three contents, three posts every day, and you do this consistently for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. So at first the engagement may be low, but as you continue to be consistent, as people continue to know you, then now that's how your account can start growing now. Yeah, so like
But
that's the best ways. Yeah.
yeah, great point that you mentioned. Consistency is the key. At the initial, it will take time to grow your like content and Twitter account. Will not
Yeah.
happen in a 1 week or 1 day or 1 month. You have to keep tweet publishing your content and you have to share the values that you are connected with, maybe a front end, back end, or technical writing, web development, some cloud or non-technical things. So you have to keep sharing your knowledge, and also the creating content is not enough. You have to engage with the platform as well. The people are sharing, so try to repost, try to comment down what are your opinions about that particular post. So that's how your account will grow, and definitely it will take time. It will not happen. So keep consistency, and that's how you will grow. So yeah. So yeah, like these are the questions that I want to ask, and this will definitely help the people who want to start freelancing. And yeah, like these are the questions that I have. So thanks, Bonnie, for sharing the time with us and all the questions that you answered. I really appreciate.
So thanks for having me. Okay. You're supposed to do this interview like 1 week, but grateful that for the patients, also for my patients, and we are finally be able to do it. And yeah, thanks for the great work you've done. Also, I've checked your
Yeah,
YouTube, and it's doing well. Like the consistency, you have a good following. Also, you're getting the views, and yeah, I'm really happy to be part of this. And I'm also too looking forward to getting to YouTube sometime. And yeah, I hope to learn a lot from you.
definitely, definitely, Bonnie.